so we've been kind of slacking on filming, and it's honestly probably because of the depression we both have been feeling because of the van. And lately, just everything, the stress of everything has just been taking our attention away from filming, and that's the truth of it. But we're here in Montetua Springs today, which is about 10-15 minutes outside of Colorado Springs, kind of connected, rather. It's just a chain of cities, and this is one of the nicer touristy cities where you can come
depending on where you are in it.
Yeah, depending, the better part. It's pretty large. Montetua Springs is pretty large, but the touristy part of it is pretty cool. We're walking around it. We came here on New Year's, me and living with little K, and now me and MJ are here, or MJ and I rather. We're walking around, just kind of seeing the town more during the day.
Might go in a few shops and window shop, even though it's mandatory mask here, and I don't have one.
I have one. But we also have Sophie here with us, and we're taking her for a walk through the park right now. And that's pretty nice. This is a cool little park. They have a lot of little ironwork. And as well as a lot of Montetua Springs, you can actually, the cool thing about it is you can go and try a lot of the springs that still have running water that you can drink. And we actually just tried one off camera, and it tasted like soda. So we'll go back and try it again, just so that way you guys can kind of capture our facial expressions, even though it'll be the second time. It's just, it tasted like soda, and it was just caught us off guard.
But not carbonated. So
odd.
Really weird.
But this is a cool little town. Alright, so this is one of the hot springs / springs you can drink out of. It's actually so cold outside. It's sizzling.
It's not freezing.
Alright.
It's got like a little bit more of a tang than the last one.
Sophie's on it. She likes the salt that's coming off of it. It's so, like, so fizzy. It's so, like, carbonated. Walking at Montetua Springs, I cannot catch my breath, and I feel like shit. I felt like shit for a few days now, but it just keeps getting worse and worse, and now I can't actually catch my breath, so it's like weird, because I'm trying to constantly breathe, so might go to the doctor and make sure I don't have pneumonia, because that's a possibility. Definitely not COVID, but maybe pneumonia. So after about 2 hours, 3 hours of still not being able to catch my breath, we decided to go to the doctor, and here we are. It is not anything fancy, just an urgent care, so it's a little bit cheaper on the insurance and the bill because I don't have a lot of money. So, but I can't catch my breath. They said my lungs are my oxygen level is fine. They said my heart rate is fine, and that's good news. But I still feel like the side of my lung is just, it won't expand enough to give me enough air, and I just keep trying to breathe, and it sucks. So we're gonna see what the doctor's gonna say now when he comes back in. This sucks. Not expecting to go to the doctor. Just got out of the doctor, and it turns out that I have bronchitis, which I've never had before, and nor do I really know too much about it, but they did give us a pamphlet. I will be reading it when I get home here. But we went to Walmart. They gave us 2 prescriptions. One is a nasal spray and one is an actual inhaler, so that way my airways will stay open. So it wasn't like I was being dramatic or anything. It really was that I couldn't breathe, and I was shortness of breath and everything, and they said that it would probably have gotten worse had I not went in there. So it's good that I went in and they gave me the inhaler. I actually got my breath back, and now I can breathe, so that feels really, really good. It was definitely worth going in there and making sure I'm okay. When it comes to your breathing, I definitely think that's something you don't want to risk. But I got a couple pot pies calling my name, and we are going to just turn on some TV, relax tonight,
We have a lot of videos edit, but like I said, we've kind of been unmotivated to work on videos due to the fact that we are out of the van, and we just feel that really sad about it. You know, we hope that you guys aren't watching our channel just for van life, but we know that there will still be a lot of things about van life. We'll still be meeting a lot of vanners this summer and everything, and there'll still be lots of travel and everything still too as well. So you won't be missing out too much. It won't be too different from the actual van life, but as soon as we can get into the van life again, we will. That's just who we are. That's the kind of people we've become. Right, MJ?
Right.
But for now, what are we going to be doing? Stressing. That's the truth, baby. Your depression's been kicking you in the ass lately.
Yes and no. It's a weird way of how the depression has been hitting me right now, because I'm not strictly depressed. I'm just... I am just... My brain has shut off, and so I'm focusing on the very basics, one step.
Yeah, that's the way we might have to take it for a little while. Just play it day by day until things get a little bit better and a little bit easier. I hope that you guys know that you're sticking with us and becoming loyal family members of our family here on YouTube, because we've been going through a lot of struggle and trying to film as much as we can without, you know, bawling our eyes out on camera. And I even did cry a lot on camera when the van was gone. So now it's not really a matter of being sad as much as it is kind of just
The stress.
We're gonna
of getting
miss
back
it.
on our feet.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to get back on our feet. We're struggling to get back on the feet now. But the loan from my brother definitely helps. Definitely, 100% took off so much of the stress that I really, really appreciate that loan, Tyson. And
Absolutely. January 17th? Something like that?
yeah, and we're back in the Springs. About to get some food from McDonald's. And,
We're apartment hunting today.
yep, today's the day.
Thank you, you too. Got some fuel.
Got some food so that way we can eat up before we go apartment hunting. You gotta have a little food in your stomach so you're thinking smart when you're talking to these land people. And that's what we're gonna do right now, is just go hit it to 3 or 4 different locations that we've scouted out now for apartments.
So last night I had a little girls' night with Kenzie and Des and a bunch of their friends, and it was a lot of fun. Got a little clip. We had a little dance party, and I am so sore and so hungry now. So Yeti and I are making baked rigatoni. So we've got some seasoned ground meat, all browned. We're cooking some noodles. We've got mozzarella with mushroom pasta sauce and Alfredo. And it's all going to go in a big casserole dish, and we're going to bake it so it's nice and warm and cheesy and amazing. So, and then also, Yeti had a job interview today.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, as always. I am going to be talking to my job tomorrow about situation, and then we've got an apartment viewing tomorrow as well. So things are rolling. Wednesday, January 19th, and we are on day 3 of apartment hunting. We are going to be seeing a apartment down in more southern Colorado Springs today. $900 a month, and that includes rent and utilities, pet friendly, all that. Best location remains to be seen, but you know, sometimes you can't really ask for the best location because you can't afford it. Us right now. So, and You know, apartment hunting is so hard right now because there are so many qualifications that you have to meet in order to get into a place. You have to have 2.5, 3 times rent for income. You have to have no felonies, no evictions. You have to pass a background check. You have to have good credit. You have to pay first month's rent, security deposit, which could be anywhere between $300 and 1 month of rent. Then you got your pet fees, which are a lot of times $300 per pet deposit, and then anywhere between like $15 and $150 a month per pet as well. And it's just a lot of money and a lot of stress for something that, you know, when you leave, you only get your security deposit back, if that. So it's really kind of stressful, and we're really deciding that we're not looking for anything fancy. We're not looking for anything big. We just want the space and the place to go, shower, make food, get back on our feet. If it's in a little bit not as nice a place, that's okay, because Colorado Springs, I feel, is very safe. There's not like a ghetto or a area where there's a lot of gang violence or anything. There are a lot of homeless and there's a lot of drug abuse here, but typically they are not going to bother you too much. You don't have to really worry about getting hurt as much as if you were in, say, parts of Chicago, or Denver even. But yeah, we'll see how today goes, and hopefully we'll have an apartment soon. Right, babe? Mm-hmm. Apartment soon? Yay?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go look at one now.
Yeah. We were just talking about that. And all the fees and money that goes into it, and you get nothing back.
Nothing back. The money that my brother loaned me will go far, but if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have gotten far.
So we went to check out that apartment, and it was... no.
It was like a motel in the rundown ghetto Springs, part of Springs. And I'm not about to live in some rundown crap hole that I feel that my things will get robbed when I go to work, so... no, we were not about to get there. We honestly didn't even meet the guy. We were like, nope. We pulled in there, saw it, and we're like, no, we're not living here.
Left. But then we went to the mall and got him a new board.
A new skateboard. Because that way I have something to do that's free other than the price of the board. But I can just go and hit up all these skate places around here. I got a little piece of transportation since I don't have a vehicle. I can just skate everywhere. That's what I'll probably do for a little while I'm looking for a new van. Looking for a new van.
Update on the apartment search. We might have found something. We're not entirely sure how much we have to pay or anything like that, because we looked at another studio apartment.
Through the same person.
And
he's like a manager for he manages a lot of estates in Colorado Springs. So no matter what apartment complex we tried to get in our budget, somehow it always connected back to this same dude. So I can't imagine this town is enormous in any way.
No.
But this dude's kind of like a slumlord. He runs a lot of places, and the dude's kind of a douche. I'm not gonna lie. He allowed us to come to one of these places and check it out. Actually, 2 of these places. One of them, he wasted our time essentially telling us it was out of our budget the next day after we already looked at it.
Yep. And then today he messaged us, and it's going to be $3,100 for us to move in. And we're like, we don't have that initial payment. We have $2,000 that we can do.
And that's everything. So it's like, man, you're going to throw $2,000 at it. Come on. Like, what the heck? And so then he's like, oh, I got another place that's more in your budget. We can work it out. And when he brings us there, well, first... He's late, and he's super late, and he's very rude. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go," and like you guys, like as if we're wasting our time.
No, he was actually there, and I had messaged him.
We were parked in the back.
I messaged him too. I'm like, "We'll be there in 30 minutes. We're in the back whenever you're ready." And then later he's like, "Oh, I was just there." Like, dude you saw my message.
He just wasted our time. All right, dude's wasting lots of time, but he brings us into this apartment and he's rushing us because he apparently has other people to be showing other places. So he, you know how it is. He's rushing us in and out. Well, he opens the door and there are 2 Mexican dudes just working on the floor, pulling out the toilet, pulling out everything, and it was ridiculous.
And let us tell you what everything is. The room and a bathroom.
There's no kitchen. There is no kitchen at all. And he's like, oh, it's essentially a hotel room. We're going to put a mini fridge and a hot plate in here. And that's about it. And he's like, that's what we can afford. And he's like, it's going to be a month-to-month lease, which then that struck my attention. Because me, I come from the hood. I come from the ghetto. I've been in the shit. I like month-to-month leases because then I can get the hell out of there whenever I'm sick of paying this place. And I don't gotta do nothing. I can just be like, nope, I'm out. I don't sign no lease, I'm out. And I could be a dick because honestly, look at this whole entire experience. It sucks. This sucks.
So expensive.
And we were just talking, we were laughing. The dude's like, oh, all it's gonna have is a fridge and a hot plate. I was like, bro, I lived in a van for the past year. I think the hotel room's gonna be just fine. But then, it's not even a nice hotel room. This is a crappy old rundown motel room. That's just, they're remodeling. That's it. They polished a turd, and it's still a piece of shit. Alright? So the thing is, we were talking about it, living in our van is actually probably nicer than living in these apartments. And that's the truth. But we're gonna do it for the next, 6 months because we can't afford to buy a van right now, and no one's gonna accept a loan. So, we gotta grind until we can build some money to go and take out a loan for our next van. Stay with us on Yeti and MJ when we teach you how to cook on a hot plate inside of a hotel room / apartment. Living in the hood, Yeti and MJ. You bet your ass we out here.
Oh, this is going to be a fun year.
Yeah, it is. We're going to meet a lot of people. I skate again now. Oh, man, y'all better watch out. We're going to be doing some good-ass shit. This channel's taking a turn. A serious turn. But still going to be sick as hell. I hope you all are ready for the journey. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is about to be the show, Yeti and MJ, alright? This is about to be the show.
Reality TV.
Real
right
life.
here.
Right here. Serious.
Oh my gosh.
Right now it's about 4:30 in the morning, maybe a little after. We've been up for about 2 hours. We've been going through a lot this past 2 hours. She's just been crying.
I woke up crying because I just kept on thinking about the apartment we looked at yesterday and we were saying we were going to go with, and
We just don't want to go with it. Both of us.
We just can't.
We just don't want to because it's like we didn't get out of our van that we love so much to go into the only place that is available that's a freaking hot plate and not even a kitchen sink or a kitchen at all. And we're not doing that because the only money that we have is the money that we have to do better with ourselves. And we know that we can do better with that amount of money somewhere else. This apartment, I'd have to worry about her coming home by herself. I'd have to worry about all my belongings in this apartment not getting broken into and stolen. Like, this is real hood crap, so it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that if I have money to not do that. If I didn't have money and any other options, okay, sure, but I do have money and some other options that I can do, and that's what we've been talking about for the past couple hours now, just talking about what's the best move for both of us, not only financially, but also mentally. It truly is mentally. And it's by no means is this not devastating because we both prefer to live in Rhonda. We both would have preferred to have the van, and we hate that this broke and we're trapped, feeling like we have come so far to just go so far back. So we've been up since, I don't know, 3:30. We still have to go to bed, maybe even 2. But now it's 7 o'clock in the morning and the sun is nowhere to be seen. It's just a snowy day, the mountains, and it looks really, really good. But we were talking, like, for just all morning, we've been talking about this place and how much is it truly worth to be here. Right now we're staying here, these big places, which is pretty nice, but at the same time, it's 4 roommates and we're not actually technically allowed to be staying here. So it gets to the point where you're like, I don't really want to do that. I want to have my own nice place, and until I can do so, I don't know.
Baby, you're about to meet Boba Fett. Ah! So first, you're gonna meet Boba Fett.
You know, I haven't really watched Star Wars, but I'm actually really nervous.
You're a cutie. Come on. I don't want to keep filming him though, but I felt so weird about it, so.
Sit.
Still. Good girl. Good girl. You're so smart.
I'm actually like, shaking away.
And now that we're back in the car, we can actually talk about what just happened. And what just happened is we were just walking through the mall with Sophie because we wanted to get Sophie out and about walking without being super cold because it's only like 35 degrees outside. And we were just walking in and MJ decided to read a sign that said, meet Boba Fett. And we were like, no way, it was $40 for an autograph. So we're like, okay, let's run around the mall, find something with Boba Fett, and then go and have him sign it so that way it's just super cool. And we ran around the entire mall, this 2-story mall. We ended up stopping at Hot Topic and we found this Boba Fett coin thing here, and we had him just sign it. And he picks it up, he's like, I've never seen something like this before. And we almost like thought he wasn't gonna sign it, but he totally signed it. He was really cool about it. He actually took our picture. We got a little video with him that you guys got to see. So it was actually just a random thing we didn't know was gonna go down, but super cool that it did.
Totally worth it.
Heck yeah. Really stoked. Taking Sophie down to the bathroom. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and we're still staying at the apartment complex, Kenzie's, and she's not here. She's still in Louisiana. I came out here because I wanted to take Sophie to the bathroom and enjoy a little bit more of the night. I actually skated this place today and I was doing some sick manis. I actually did a kickflip and I didn't land it, but I was like, damn, a kickflip, Yeti? Damn, you killing it. Low key. What you doing? Going potty over there? That's not where you go potty. You go potty up there. Come on. She knows. She's being goofy. She runs right to the bathroom every time. Here's where we parked. I like to come down here too and check on the car. Make sure our belongings are good. Always we keep most of them in the vehicle since we don't live here. But this is a really nice apartment. I would live here. It's just that you'd have to live here with like 4 roommates, and I'm not about that. MJ, I know this is a random update in the week, and it's actually today's Tuesday, but where are we? What are we doing? What have we been doing?
We have been looking for apartments, which we are applying to.
Heck yeah. Drinking.
And we're at B-Dubs. For wings.
We actually locked down, I think, a place. Fingers crossed, it works out, but we locked down a place here in Colorado instead of going back to Wisconsin. And we took both. I actually went in for that interview here in Colorado Springs, and I nailed that job. And MJ got her job back, so some things are looking up.
Finally.
It's actually about time. Ugh, I was really thinking I'd have to go back to Wisconsin for a second there, though. Scary. I'm glad we won't. But let's get some good eats in right now. Kenzie's actually on her way back from Louisiana, and she stopped in Pueblo, and then she'll be on her way back here, which is about 45 minutes away. And that's a 16, 17-hour drive that she just completed. Right on. Get some wings, get some beer drinking, and then get back to the apartment. Talk about what we locked down. Oh, today is such a beautiful day in Colorado. So, The reason why I'm making this clip is because I actually wanted to talk a little bit about what we decided to do since the van has broken down. So since the van has broken down, it's been about maybe going on 2 weeks since the transmission actually fell out. About 6 hours in those mountains right there. 6 hours in that way toward the four corners of America. It may be about I would say honestly within 40 minutes of the four corners of America, our van's transmission broke, and from there we came to the conclusion that we were not going to be able to afford to fix it, and we ended up scrapping the van out in Cortez, Colorado. So then from there we rented a U-Haul with some financial help from my brother. We rented a U-Haul and drove 6 hours back to the Springs, and now we officially signed our lease, our 1-year lease to an apartment. So we are no longer technically van lifers.
Unfortunately.
And that's actually crazy, because like this is definitely unexpected, and we did not think that we wouldn't have a van
Not
at all.
this soon.
Yeah, definitely not this soon. We
Yeah,
thought for sure we would go down to RTR and all that, but from what we heard from living with Little K, we're kind of glad we didn't even make it down to RTR, because it didn't sound like
what we expected.
But they also had Schoolie Palooza down there in Arizona by Quartzsite. And that one's apparently a little bit better of a meet, a little bit more younger crowd and more fun party style that we were looking for.
It also sounds like it's more conversions rather than RVs.
Yeah, and RTR was more RV, because of cheap RV living, it kind of makes sense.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, so we ended up getting an apartment now. We're gonna be moving into that in just a few days, which is super exciting. Like, I'm super stoked. We've been staying here though, and this is like one hell of a sick place to stay. We have some pretty cool friends in Colorado we managed to make along the way of having our van. It still allowed us to meet a lot of people. Yeah, baby, are you excited for this apartment?
I am very excited.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to have a full-size stove.
Real kitchen.
Yeah.
But we're still gonna be doing a lot of van things.
Absolutely. We still want to travel a lot, and this is probably more the time for everyone to get to know us outside of the van, what kind of our interests are and what we like to do other than just travel.
Yeah, true. And we'll be getting another rig and building it fully on this channel, so you'll be able to see the entire process of our next build, and from start to finish. It's gonna be sick.
Absolutely.
Was killing it up in the hammock. That's when we was swinging back and forth, when we was talking about reminiscences, talking about the memory shit that already happened. Now I know we doing something different, holding to be better persons than the people that we was being. I know that I'ma be the man, probably already today. I'ma have to press on the gas and go faster than ever has been recorded.
It is January 30th. We are a couple days away from moving into our new apartment, but today we have decided that we are going to go to Denver. We're going with Kenzie here, and we decided to get all dressed up and cute because we thought we'd take some pictures as well, exploring, maybe a little window shopping, some skateboarding, and a large park playground. And we're just going to probably have fun. Let's start the day. we're at the park and we're in this ginormous playground. And me always being prepared. And we're in high heel boots, so it's a little interesting. Yet he decided not to come with us because we have Sophie. So they're out there kind of chilling while we explore in here. Bro, there's no floor. Oh my god, this is giving me a little bit of vertigo. Oh my god, sorry. But there's a slide that goes all the way down, and there's actually rock climbing things on the outside. She's right, it does smell like feet in here. I don't know if that little girl was got, so whee! So we are back home from Denver. It was fun, right? Yeah. Did we all have fun?
It was fun. I slept the car right back. That's how fun it was.
We're all tired. We got changed into comfy clothes. What are we doing now?
This. I'm doing this. What else is there to do?
You always fall asleep way too early.
Oh God. Well, I wake up earlier than any of you.
Yeah, that's true.
You grandpa.
Probably watch some movies and just chill out.
Today is actually January 31st, and the last day of January. We've decided to take a hike. Quick grab this summit right here, which is Pulpit Rock at 6,600 and some odd feet, and we're already at 6,200 feet, so it's really only a 400-foot climb. Not a very big mountain, but the summit nonetheless, one we have not been to the top of. Has a pretty clear trail around the back of it and all the way to the top, so we're gonna check that out. They are not happy that I drugged them with them though. Drugged them with me.
Her from yesterday.
From walking around Denver. We didn't walk enough. Yeah. What a view though. Outstanding. This is why we live here. Colorado's fucking beautiful. It's like 55 degrees today. It's super warm. I don't even need this sweatshirt. What? But this morning I wouldn't have come out here. There goes Mudball. Being Mudball. That's my girl. Yeah. Just as dirty as Dad. Okay, so we're about almost to the top of this little guy. Hasn't taken us long at all. It's just we're taking some breaks and taking it real slow because MJ does not peak mountains. And Kenzie really doesn't either, so we're getting them out doing things they don't do usually. It's a good climb though.
I would have grabbed my hiking boots. I was already too tired.
Keep climbing. We're almost to the top. Right there's the top. That ain't far at all. Alright, wide angle shot. B-roll is good. I'm gonna film you getting your first peek in Colorado, baby. Sophie's already peeked it 3 times. got to.
No.
Too high for you?
Too high for
Starting to get to your heights limits.
Yep.
I'll definitely climb up here.